Chair. Ready? Good morning.
Good morning.
Board of Liquor License Commissioners for Baltimore City proceedings will begin. The board is now in session. Good morning, Charm TV. If you're in possession of any type of electronic device, please place said device on the off on solid mode during proceedings. Mr. Chairman, there have been no preliminary matters on the docket. Ms. Russell will read into the record the monetary penalty in lieu of hearings phase. Ms. Russell.
Yes, in accordance with 12-2105A of the Maryland Alcoholic Beverage Cannabis Article and Liquor Board Rule 2.16, the following licensees have participated in the monetary penalty in lieu of hearing program by voluntarily admitting the violations as charged and paying the corresponding fees. Case number 1, Soul Baltimore LLC, trading as Soul Baltimore Sports Bar and Grill, 3734 Fleet Street, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license, violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization, fine paid $500. 2, Muscle Bar and Grill, Baltimore LLC, trading as Muscle Bar and Grill, 1390 Lancaster Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license, violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization, fine paid $500.
We'll move into the regular items on the docket. This is a request for 180-day hardship extension. Case number 3, New Foodway, 1501 Broning Highway, Class A, beer, wine, and liquor license, a beer and light wine license. A request for hardship extension under Article 12-2202. Mr. Chairman.
Good morning. Nice to see you this morning. Hey, can you push the button, the little person, so it cuts on the mic? No, there's a button with the person. There you go. Yes.
Frank Solis representing the applicant. This is standard request for extension. Have a problem with the zoning people getting the, I'm ready to file an application, and Mr. Kadensky's working on it with me, so I know it's going to go through eventually.
Okay. Thank you very much. Based on your May 15th letter, I vote to approve this request for a 180-day hardship extension of this Class A beer and light wine license.
Yes, based on material to testimony and the letter from the attorney, I also which was provided today, I also vote to approve the request for hardship extension of 180 days.
Based on the application file profit given by the attorney, I also approve the request for a hardship extension of 180 days.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No exhibits for the record.
1602-08 Thames Street, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. Request for hardship extension under Article 12-2202. Please come forward.
Mr. Kadensky, how are you?
If they're getting knocked over by the wind and so forth, it'd be all right. My secretary said, get down there as long as the wind's blowing behind you. Wind in my hair.
Wind in your hair.
For the record, Melvin J. Kadensky representing the applicant for a request for a hardship. This was a request, was Callie's Court's been down in Fells Point a long time. They went through bankruptcies and the secured creditor has taken over. They need 180 days to have a new tenant.
Okay. Based on your October 25th letter, proffered made by council today, I vote to approve this request for a hardship extension of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license for 180 days.
Based on materials and testimony and the letter from the attorney provided today, I also vote to approve the request for a hardship extension of 180 days.
Based on the application file proffered by the attorney, and also a letter received requesting same, I approve the request for a hardship extension of 180 days.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No exhibits for the record.
We now move to the 90-day request for hardship extensions. I call 1704 Thames Street. This is a Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. A request for a transfer hardship extension under Article 12-1705 small b. Please come forward.
Good morning.
Good morning. Anastasia Nardangeli on behalf of the applicant, and with me I have Darren Mislin, who is the individual applicant.
Okay.
I'd like to proffer that the applicant should be granted a hardship extension in light of the fact that they have not been able to procure their UNO permit as of yet. There's been a holdup at zoning with regard to an engineering issue that the contractor performing the build-out is taken care of and involving floodplain, something involving the floodplain. And they are fairly certain that it will be resolved shortly, so.
Okay, any questions?
No questions.
None.
Based on your proffer made today and your letter that you sent on November 7th of 2024, I vote to approve this request for a 90-day transfer hardship extension of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on material testimony and the letter from the attorney, which was provided today, I also vote to approve the request for a transfer hardship extension of 90 days.
Based on the application filed and letter dated November 7, 2024, I also approve the request for a transfer hardship extension of 90 days.
Ms. Ruffalo.
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
All right.
Been moving into transfer as a new license request. I call the case of No Land Beyond, 108 West North Avenue. This is a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. An application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-1603, small I, number 1, small I, requiring $200,000 in capital investment, minimum seating capacity for 75, requesting live entertainment, outdoor table service, and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead. How are you today?
Good. How are you, Mr. Chairman?
Great.
Abraham Hurd on behalf of No Land Beyond. With me are the licensees for 108 West North Avenue. This is an existing business that currently operates, I believe, what's the address? Is it 2125 Maryland? They currently have a BD7. We will be turning that in, selling it, or shelving it in some capacity before they even attempt to get the B license at this location, which we anticipate will be a couple of months. We're currently in the various phase of build-out, had some issues with their contractor. They've spent several $100,000 to date, and they anticipate spending several $100,000 more. Seating capacity, I believe, is 81, plus some seats that are outside. I think they opened in late 19 or early 2020, just before the pandemic, and somehow managed to get through it. They've had a lot of success there. They do a lot of board games and other activities that are very family-friendly, as well as have cocktails and food. This location will be a little more food-focused. They've been surprised as to how much food is a part of the business, which is why we're pursuing the restaurant license instead of a different tavern license going forward.
Did you say something about the capital investment?
Yes, they've spent about $200,000 to date. We did supply a report after we filed the initial application, and I do believe that they plan to spend another $200,000 or more dollars in the meantime. We can send another copy of that over if it's missing from the file. That would be my mistake. I apologize.
Oh, it's fine.
Report is in file, Mr. Chairman.
It's in the file?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I have no questions. Any questions, Commissioners?
No questions.
Okay. Based on your application materials, proffer made by counsel, and any exhibits that's already in the file, I vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment, outdoor table service, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
That's based on material and testimony and the letter from the attorney. I also vote to approve the application for new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant and request for live entertainment, outdoor table service, and the delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application filed, proffered by the attorney, I also approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, requesting live entertainment, outdoor table service, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell.
No exhibits for the record.
Good luck. Thank you, guys.
Horseshoe, Baltimore, 1525 Russell Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor, VLF Casino Video Lottery Facility License. This is an application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment, outdoor table service, and off-premise catering. Please come forward.
Thank you.
Good morning. Caroline Hecker, Rosenberg, Martin, Greenberg, on behalf of the applicant. I'm joined by my colleague Brooke Hutchins and Jacob Whitmer, who is the new general manager of the Horseshoe Baltimore Casino and our individual licensee. With your permission, I'll just proceed by way of a brief proffer. This is an application to transfer the license to the new general manager of the casino. The license has historically been held by the general manager of the casino for the last 10 years that the casino has been in operation. Mr. Whitmer took over recently, and so we are transferring the license to him. There's no proposed change in the operation of the casino. The folders that I handed out include the latest floor plans, which show 13 different venues where alcoholic beverages are sold within the casino. And they also use some event space in the parking garage, which is part of their licensed premises. Mr. Whitmer has been in the entertainment industry for 12 years. He has experience running operations with alcoholic beverages licenses. He is familiar with the rules and regulations of the City Liquor Board and agrees to abide by them. We're happy to take any questions that you may have.
I think everything's an application for me. Any question?
No question.
None.
Any questions? Okay. Based on the application materials, the exhibits that were given today, any exhibits in the file, proffer made by council, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class BWLVLF Casino Video Lottery Facility license. Also grant live entertainment, outdoor table service, and off-premises catering.
Based on materials, testimony provided today, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment, outdoor table service, and off-premise catering.
Based on the application file, proffer given by the attorney, I also approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment, outdoor table service, and off-premise catering.
Ms. Russell.
Like to exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, Business Plan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
All right.
Bacchus Bar and Liquor, 1220 West North Avenue. This is a Class 8-7 beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership. Mr. Chairman?
Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Mr.
Councilman.
Chairman, and I love that blazer. Mr. Commissioner.
As always, he's always
Mr.
dressed
Vice
nice.
Chairman. I'm trying to filibuster here. I've been coming down here for 14 years, and I've never seen traffic like this morning.
Traffic is crazy, and it's hot in here.
Exactly. And I've been people fist fighting over parking spots when I got down here. So, and then my colleague, Ms. Hecker, who's amazing and thorough, I was hoping she would filibuster for a few more minutes today.
Her file is always
Was not
on
to
point.
be. My clients have given me a 5-minute estimated time of arrival.
It's fine.
And my other two clients are not here either. They were all trapped on 95. I guess the tunnel, one of the tunnels was shut down due to a fire. So I apologize for that. Thank you.
Okay. Do we need your client here to move forward with this?
Given
wanna
that
push
they're
it
on
back?
their way, yeah, it's up to you all.
Now, can we push this back a little bit?
We can continue the case, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I mean, just, yeah, they're going to be here in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so
5
much.
minutes?
Yep.
5 minutes.
Yep, I'm going to go out in the hall right now. Thank you.
That's
Someone
fine.
keep time, please.
Who has the next
I'd like to
violation?
move on to Mr. Chairman to case
Yes.
number 7.
Yes.
We're moving to the violation docket. Outpost Tavern. Outpost Tavern, 1030-32 Riverside Avenue, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license here for violation of Rule 4.07, number 3.
I thought you said alcohol.
Outpost Tavern.
I'm sorry, I
Open
can't
con-
hear anything.
Violation of Rule 4.073, open containers and illegal possession and consumption of alcoholic beverages on August the 21st, 2024. Mr. Chairman.
How are you again this morning?
I'm fine. Frank Solis, representing the licensee.
Is this going to be an admission? Is this going to be an admission today?
More or less.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and tell us what happened.
What it is, this is a carryover from the COVID thing where you had to do outside seating and all of that stuff. And they just carried it over a little bit more, but then what they did, they have filed, and I have a paper of it.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
I'm sorry.
Can I hear from our agent in this
Okay.
case?
I thought we were,
I just want to hear from the agent what happened. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you raise your hand? Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give is statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Agent Perez, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On August 21st, 2024, at approximately 7:20 p.m., I arrived at the Outpost Tavern for the purpose of conducting an inspection. Upon my arrival, I observed several tables set out for services, several patrons with alcoholic beverage set out for consumption. I went inside the establishment, I conducted my inspection. After reviewing all the permits, I didn't see any indication that this establishment had obtained approval for alcohol table service of alcoholic beverage. I met with the manager, Ms. Cynthia Turman, who at the time couldn't provide any additional documentation stating such. I advised her that it will be a violation, and also instructed her to cease all alcohol beverage services immediately. Depart the location without any further incidents.
And you haven't had any additional issues from this location?
Yes, we did. We returned to the location. I don't remember the date exactly. It was about a month after this violation. They were still engaging on outdoor table service. Most recently, I drove past the location this past weekend. All the tables have been removed.
Okay, that's good to hear. All right, thank you so much. Now, go ahead.
Well, back where I started, we filed to legalize it and then to put it back.
You filed the
That's
necessary
it.
paperwork to move forward with outdoor table service?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. I don't see any other violations. Any questions from the commissioners?
None.
Are you looking, the licensee looking at having outdoor tables in the future?
Yes, we've applied for it.
So that's the application you just showed us, right? The
Yes,
application
and I
right there.
can,
And we have
I'll
that.
present it.
Okay. Commissioner, let's see.
I think that's one, 1032.
You need to see it?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Is this an exhibit, or you just wanted to show us? something?
Yes, I don't need it.
You don't need it? Okay. I'll pass it down to Ms. Russell. All right, based on the violation report, the testimony given today, the proffer made by counsel, I do find a violation of Rule 4.073, open containers, that did happen on August 21st, 2024. Since this is an issue that's being rectified, I don't see a history from this establishment of violations. We can give a nominal fine of $150 and 30 days to pay the $150.
Thank you.
Yes, based on material testimony provided today, I also agree with the chair's findings, a violation of Rule 4.073, open containers and illegal possession and consumption of alcoholic beverages with a fine of $150.
Based on the testimony given by the inspector and the violation report that we have on record, I also rule for fine for a violation of Rule 4.073 on August the 21st, 2024, reference allowing patrons to drink alcoholic beverages outside, which is in the unlicensed part of the property. So you already is aware of that, so that's good. And I stick with the same fine, $150.
Ms. Russell.
Like to call exhibits for the record.
Thank-
Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Agent Perez. Exhibit number 2, zoning application dated 11/11/24. You can receive your notice in the back from Mr. Ramsey.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank
All right.
Mr. Chairman, at the request of the licensee for number 10, Mystic Tavern, 2949. Mr. Chairman, at the request of the licensee who appeared with us this morning, Mystic Tavern, 2949 Frederick Avenue. This case will be postponed until 2025 due to a family emergency.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to call case number 11, the anonymous 1225 Cathedral Street. This is a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license here for violation of Rule 3.09, number 2, restroom facilities and health regulations on August the 30th, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.08, number 1, small a, sanitation and safety, August the 30th, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.3, number 4, small I, records on August the 30th, 2024. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Record.
Abraham Hurd on behalf of the Anonymous.
Is this going to be a,
My clients are not going to be here today. It is my understanding they were evicted from the space. I would ask for the license for the hearing to be postponed indefinitely until they either are present for a hearing or the license is, I would presume, eliminated if they don't get the space back. I do believe there are rules in case of eviction, but that's my understanding as to a couple weeks ago.
okay. Commissioners, any questions on this?
None.
Secretary.
Mr. Chairman, if it pleases the board, staff will reach out to the license holders to confirm or deny whether or not they have been evicted, and a letter to follow from the attorney representing the licensees.
Thank you so
That
much.
would be sufficient.
Thank you for doing that for us.
Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, you
I'd like to move to the case number 12, Republic Bar and Grill, 5603 Pulaski Highway. This is a Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Here for violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization on August the 27th, 2024. Violation of Rule 4.15, sexual practices and obscenity on August the 27th, 2024. Mr. Chair.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
Your
Stephen
clients are
W.
here.
Fogelman on behalf of the licensee. This be an admission.
Okay, thank you. Can you step forward and tell us what happened?
Agent Perez, Baltimore City Liquor Board, on October 27th at approximately 1:05 a.m., myself, Chief Chris O'Malley, and Inspector Todd Hope investigated a recent complaint at the location for female strippers, underage drinking, and hookah smoking. At the time of our arrival, we didn't find any indication of underage drinking or hookah smoking. However, we did observe a female dancing wearing a bikini bottom and topless. This dancer was observed performing a lap dance simulating a sexual act to a male patron who was seated at the bar. In addition to the exotic dancer, we also observed a disc jockey performing with full DJ equipment, mixers, turntable, laptop. It was also noted that the establishment didn't have authorization for live entertainment, nor the establishment had an adult entertainment license for the stripper that was observed. We notified Mr. Guevara of the violations and departed the locations without any further incidents.
Okay, have you been back since then?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Fogelman.
Okay. Not to split hairs here, but, you know, it is 2024. This female was a customer. She was not a dancer. She was not a stripper. She was obviously a customer who should have been thrown out of the facility. And for that, that's where the bar has failed, and that's why the manager was fired, because this person, this female customer and this male customer should have immediately been ejected from the bar. I mean, anything can happen at a bar, anything at all, and it often does in Baltimore City, but it's management's job to put an end to it. And the worst part here was the licensee was in the kitchen cooking food while this all went down. So that kind of behavior simply cannot be tolerated, and that's why the manager was fired. But that's why, preferentially, we would have rather had the manager do his job and eject these patrons. There was a birthday party. It was a group that came in. The female was one of the customers that came in with the party. She was not employed by the bar in any way. I don't know if she received any compensation from the other customers who came in with her. Nevertheless, it's clearly not permitted. It's incompliant. This won't happen again. I can tell you on a brighter note that my client is proceeding with securing live entertainment privileges. So that the idea, there's such a gray area on whether or not somebody putting records on a turntable is live entertainment or not. We know that when they get on the microphone, it is, but people like to listen to music. They don't always want to listen to it on Spotify. So I dislike the gray areas of live entertainment in the current city code and practice. That said, he's going to take steps to make sure that he has live entertainment privileges. I don't think there's ever a chance he's going to go for adult entertainment privileges. He's right next to a much bigger facility that has adult entertainment
So you
privileges.
answered my next question. So with the live entertainment, have the steps been taken already? or-
Well, unfortunately, it requires a council ordinance, and that's an extra step other than going to the BMZA. So we're going to try to sit down with his council representative to put together a plan so that he can have lawful live entertainment that doesn't disrupt the community. There's not a lot of houses there. There's a few houses behind the establishment, like a block away, but it's on Pulaski Highway. It's generally an industrial area.
And was
So-
a new manager hired, or is the
Yes,
licensee taking
there is a
care of
new
it?
manager hired, and obviously, you think you don't have to tell people everything, but apparently you do. You don't let people get topless in the bar. This is their first offense. There's really no underage activity whatsoever in that place. It's an adult establishment without adult entertainment privileges. So,
Okay.
lesson learned. Thank you.
Any questions, Commissioner?
No question.
None.
Okay. Based on the violation report proffer made by council today, any testimony that we received from our agency, I do find a violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization, on August 27th, 2024. I also find a violation of Rule 4.15, sexual practices and obscenity, on August 27th, 2024. I issue a fine of $250 for the first violation, 4.14, and I issue a fine of $250 for the 4.15, so a total fine of $500. This is because your counsel stated that this was not something that you as a licensee did, and then it is your job to make sure things are done properly. So this is a slap on the wrist, I guess, this time, and I know we probably won't see you again in here. I give 30 days for this to be paid.
Yes, based on material and testimony provided today, I also agree with the chair's findings, a violation of Rule 4.14, live entertainment without authorization, and a fine of $250, and also the violation of Rule 4.15, sexual practices, and obscenity, with a fine of $250.
Based on proffer given by the attorney, testimony given by the inspector, I also rule for a violation of Rule 4.14. On August the 27th, 2024, reference, a DJ playing performing inside the establishment when the establishment does not have permission to have live entertainment. Also, I find for a violation of Rule 4.15 again, 15, sexual practice and obscenity on August the 27th, 2024. The first violation of 4.14, I find $250 with 30 days to pay. On violation of Rule 4.15, I also give $250 with 30 days to pay.
Ms. Ross.
I'd like to call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Agent Perez.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mr. Fogarty.
Pardon me. Is your other client?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I call case number 13, Jano Ethiopian Restaurant and Lounge, 34 South Utah Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license, here for violation of 3.08 small b, sanitation and safety, on September the 7th, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.09, number 1, restroom facilities and health regulations, on same date, September the 7th, 2024. Violation of Rule 4.16, illegal conduct, on September the 7th, 2024. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Fogelman. How are you
Thank
again?
you. Regrettably, I'm going to have to ask for a postponement. I know that the licensee is on his way, but also we've been a perfect storm today. So let's go ahead and postpone this and pick it up in 2025.
Okay, the postponement's granted. Commissioners? Yeah.
Good.
So we'll move on. We'll reschedule it.
Yes,
You'll get
thank you.
something from our
Sorry
office.
about that.
That's fine. There's a lot going on with the traffic today.
Sure is.
A Chuma Discount Liquor and Cuisine. (5142) Park Heights Avenue, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. Here for violation of Rule 3.08, small b, sanitation and safety, on September the 11th, 2024. Violation Rule 3.09, number 1, restroom facilities and health regulations on September the 11th, 2024. Violation of Rule 4.20, small b, specific requirements and prohibited activities by class license type on September the 11th, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.09, number 2, restroom facilities and health regulations on September the 11th, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.03, number 3, records on September the 11th, 2024. And violation of Rule 4.17, number 2, storage on September the 11th, 2024. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Can you state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Chuma.
Can you
I'm the licensee.
come closer to the mic?
Okay.
And I need to swear.
Yes. And where
Raise
you,
your right hand.
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
and state your name again on here.
Chuma Chiza.
Chiza?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chiza. Is this going to be an admission that you did violate and just explain what happened, or are you going to have you want to challenge this with a full hearing?
Yes, admission with an explanation.
Okay, that's great. I'm going to hear from them, and after that, you can give your explanation of what happened, okay? You can step aside just a little bit so you can have to move.
Good morning, Regina Brown, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On September the 11th, our Inspector Brown and Ellis went to the establishment to conduct a routine inspection. Once inside the establishment, we was greeted with a young lady and a gentleman identified as Mamadou Soul, who advised he's not an employee, but a licensee's friend. While checking the license and noticing that it was a BD7, I asked Mr. Soul where was the tavern located, and he advised he didn't have one. I walked to the rear of the establishment, and there was a tavern. I asked Mr. Soul, I advised Mr. Soul that the tavern had to be open while the bar was operating, and he advised he didn't know that. While inspecting the tavern, the 3-compartment sink was not filled, the stools were stacked on the freezer, and office furniture was all over the bar. The alcohol on the bar had dust, and none of the bottles was open. The ceiling tiles were so damaged with soil and or missing tiles in the ceiling. The restrooms were dirty and had no hand soap or paper towels. The storage of alcohol was on the floor and not 6 inches off the floor. I asked the lady if she had an ID and any employee records. She advised me she didn't have any, and the establishment don't have employee records, and that she's just a cashier and not a bartender. I advised that several violations would be written, and we left the establishment without incident.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chiza. You're here unrepresented by counsel, correct?
Yeah.
You don't have an attorney?
I don't have an attorney, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I want to hear what was going on that date from your perspective. Go ahead.
So my friend went to the store, Mamadou store, looking for me. I'm in the process of selling the business, so he said he had found somebody who wanted to buy the business, so he was looking for me to discuss the business sale, and I was not there, so that's when the inspector arrived there. As far as the bar being open or not open, we put the stool on the freezer because we're in the process of cleaning the floor. That's why the stools were on the bar and the freezer, and or not on the floor where they're supposed to be. The person who was cleaning had put them over there. As for the bottle being dusty and stuff, I'll take the blame for that. But there were a couple bottles open. It's because we had many bottles there, but there were some open inside. You know, it was a lot of bottles on the counter. So some of them were open. Fortunately, the inspector didn't see those ones. They were open. And since then, we took measure to rectify the situation. We had another inspector came in, and they saw that we rectified the situation. The place was much cleaner. The bathrooms were cleaned. We had soap in the bathrooms. We had paper towels in the bathroom. When the inspector came in the second time.
So the restroom facilities, you said you fixed that issue.
Yes.
The bathrooms are in order.
Yes.
The alcoholic beverages at least 6 inches above the ground. You fixed
Yes,
that issue?
yes. Actually, most of the time when they are on the ground, it's sometimes because we're getting deliveries and stuff like that before we put them away, because we receive deliveries in the bar area. That's where we receive it, and then we take them away.
The three-compartment sink?
The three-compartment sink is cleared, is there too, and when they came, they saw that it was there. We did not have water in there. They instructed us that we have to have water in there. Mm-hmm. Right now, there's water in there, but all the time the three-compartment sink was there too. But we just did not have
the water in there.
Yes.
And now you know to keep the water in there.
There, yes.
As a rule state. And the last one, this is one that a lot of people fail to do, failing to provide employee records. Have you put some systems in place to make sure your employee records are there?
Yes, actually, I had it even the time they came, but I don't leave it with the employees. I put it in a cabinet and I lock it away, and I was not there at that time. That's where there was hard time accessing the records. But I have.
So do you have a system now that even if you're not there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. These are all rectifiable issues. I don't see any other violations in here. So you've been back?
I have.
And everything looks up to par?
I have been back, and
Scoot over
yes,
Thank you, Dennis.
they fixed all of what we put on here. They fixed the restroom. That bar was actually open this time, and the sinks were filled, and the dust was removed from the bottles.
Oh, that's great. I'd love to hear that. Commissioners, you got any questions?
No, you only, to licensee, you only have one bartender there when they bring in the deliveries. So when he gets a chance, he could go back here and...
Yes. I have only one bartender employee there, so he takes care of the customer coming in for packaged good, and he takes care also of the customer who come to sit in a bar.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. That's what I like to hear. People fix the problem, and thank you for doing that. Based on the violation report, the testimony given by the licensee and by our office, I do find that there were violations on September 11, 2024, and all of these violations were on September 11, 2024. The first one is a violation of Rule 3.08B, the sanitation and safety. The next one is a violation of Rule 3.091, restroom facilities and health regulations. The next one is a violation of Rule 4.20B, specific requirements and prohibited activities by license type. The next one is a violation of Rule 3.092, restroom facilities and health regulations. Next is violation of Rule 3.033, records. And the last one is a violation of Rule 4.172, storage. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 violations. I do see that efforts have been made by the licensee to correct everything, and I would issue a $100 fine on each of these, so collectively it would be a $600 fine that you'd have to pay and 30 days to pay. Okay?
Yes, based on materials and testimony provided today, I also agree with the chair's findings of violation of Rule 3.08B, sanitation and safety, fine of $100, violation of Rule 3.091, restroom facilities and health regulations with a fine of $100, violation of Rule 4.20B, specific requirements, prohibited activities by license type, fine of $100, violation of Rule 3.092, restroom facilities and health regulations, fine of $100, violation Rule 3.033, records, fine of $100, and violation of Rule 4.172, stores, a fine of $100.
Based on the testimony given here today and admission by the owner, I also find for violation of 3.08 little b with $100 fine and 30 days to pay. I also find for a violation of Rule 3.091, restroom facilities and health regulation, $100 fine and 30 days to pay. I also find for violation of Rule 4.20, little b of $100 and 30 days to pay. Also fined for a violation of Rule 3.092, $100, 30 days to pay. Also fined for a violation of Rule 3.033, $100, fine and 30 days to pay. And finally, I fined for a violation of Rule 4.17, little 2, with 30 days to pay, $100.
Ms. Russell.
I call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, violation report, Inspector Brown. 2, Exhibits 2 through 9, photos.
Thank you for everything, and thank you for correcting everything.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Curly's Liquors, 5200 Reisterstown Road. This is a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license. Here for violation of 3.3, number 4, records on September the 16th, 2024. Violation of Rule 4.17, number 2, storage, September the 16th, 2024. And violation of 3.02, small a, cooperation on September the 16th, 2024. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Is Ms. Peoples?
Yes.
Okay, can you please raise your right hand so you can be sworn in?
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And you're here unrepresented by counsel, correct?
No, I'm not a representative.
Okay. Are you going to admit to the violations and do like the last one did, or do you want to challenge us with a hearing?
I admit.
Okay, so we're going to hear what happened and then come up and tell us what happened. Thank you.
Is he under oath? Was he sworn?
She was sworn in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inspector Ellis, Baltimore City.
Were you sworn in?
Yes.
I thought you were. Okay.
Inspector Ellis, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On September the 16th, 2024, me and Inspector Jordan returned to Curly's Liquors located at 5200 Reisterstown Road to follow up on the trader's license and to see if they had complied with the inspector had asked them to do to remove stock 6 inches off the ground, which is stated in the handbook. We arrived at the location because we have not heard back from the licensee, which is Mr. Benjamin, who was in charge at the moment. We arrived and asked Mr. Benjamin, did he receive the trader's license, which he didn't, and also to see that the stock was not removed from the floor. We spoke with Mr. Benjamin and told Mr. Benjamin that a violation would be issued, and we left the scene with no incident.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, if I could interrupt, can you state your name for the record?
George Ellis.
Thank you very much. Can you come over to the microphone, please? All right, we're going to go back to September 16, 2024. Can you tell us what happened on that day?
Okay, so the incident far as the trader's license. Because we were closed for 2 years, they were saying that we did not file any income taxes. So our accountant had filed 0 income. So there was a holdup between the controller's office and the Department of Labor. That's why there was a hold on us getting our trader's license. So they finally released it, but they did not release it until October.
Okay.
Then the issue they were saying about the storage, there was storage. So because they said that they wanted us to reduce the storage that was there, we are trying to organize, and to organize, we have to remove the stuff that's there to start putting stuff so that we can make space. Yes, there was stuff on the floor. They were saying about an excess of cardboard and stuff. That is because we only do recycling. They only allow us to put the stuff out there once every 2 weeks. If we do not put it out there, they do see it's a problem. But if we do put it out there, we also get a fine for that. We are not allowed to put it outside. And that goes, the first one with the records is tied into the cooperation because he was asking us about the trader's license, which we did not have an answer about it because they kept telling us 2 weeks. They did not know which department had the hold on the stuff, so we had to wait. They finally released it in October.
But you know now to communicate, even if that's the case,
Yes.
with the inspector, so we know what's going on.
Yes, and the license is up.
License is up? You mean it's
Yes, it's on the wall.
it's on the wall? Okay, so you've corrected everything.
Yes.
All right. Have you been back to the facility?
Lately.
Not lately? Okay. So no update as to its condition after you were there on September 16th? No update? Okay.
No, sir.
All right. Any questions?
I do have one.
Go ahead.
In the future, if you have to do anything at your bar, and you think that it might cause a conflict, know who your inspector is. Try to get a telephone number from him so that you can give him a call. And he probably can give you some information that would alleviate a situation like this.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't want to be here for these type of violations, especially trying to get things back in order so you guys can move forward. Okay. Based on the testimony that was given today by the licensee and by our office, based on the violation report, I do find that there were violations that did occur on September 16, 2024. I find a violation of Rule 3.034 records. I also find a violation of Rule 4.172 storage, and another violation of Rule 3.02A cooperation. Given the fact that these violations have been cleared, it seems like you understand what you need to do going forward to prevent you from coming before us again. I will give a $100 fine for each of these, so a total of $300 with 30 days to pay.
Okay. You do understand the clarity of violation of Rule 3.02A cooperation with the liquor board inspectors? Okay, good. Violation of Rule 3.03, 4 records, $100 fine. Violation of Rule 4.17.2, storage, $100 fine. Violation of Rule 3.02A, cooperation, $100 fine.
30 days to pay. And 30 days to pay for you too? 30 days?
30 days.
Okay.
I concur with the chair in reference to the violations. I do find for a violation of Rule 3.034, records. Also find for a violation of Rule 4.172. I also find for a violation of Rule 3.02, little a. The first violation, 3.034, I find $100 with 30 days to pay. For the violation of Rule 4.132, I find $100 with 30 days to pay. Also, with violation of Rule 3.02, little a, I find for $100 with 30 days to pay.
Ms. Russell.
I call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, investigation report. Inspector Ellis. 2, exhibits 2 through 5, photos.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we're going to recall the case on the regular items. Case number 8, Bacchus Bar and Liquor, 1220 West North Avenue, Class A7 beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Stephen W. Fogelman, on behalf of the applicant. I'll be brief. Ms. Karki Thapa comes from a family that knows a thing or two about the liquor business. She has a couple of relatives who are licensees here in Baltimore City. She has a varied career as a nurse, but she has been working for the last year and a half at Everest Spice in Fells Point as a bartender and learning alcohol management. She's already alcohol management certified. Her employees will be as well. Once again, due to her familiarity with the business, I think she'll be a licensee who understands already the rules and regulations of the Liquor Board for Baltimore City. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions?
No questions.
None.
No questions. Based on the application materials properly made by council today, I vote to approve this Class A7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on material and a letter from the attorney and his testimony, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership.
Based on the application received, proffered by the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Russell.
you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ms. Russell.
No exhibits for the record.
Okay, thank you. Good luck. All right. That's the last item on the docket today.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. There being no further business before the board. The board is in recess until Thursday, January the 16th, 2025.
Happy holidays.
We are adjourned. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Liquor Board Larry.